Girbeagly!
Hey there guys and gals, it's Girbeagly with another episode of Gaming with Girbeagly, and I'm once again playing the game Heartbaked, and I'm very glad to be back because this game is, as always, adorable. Now last episode, we had a little bit of trouble. I thought that I was making the right move by inviting Radley to have like a bath, wash himself off after he slipped in some mud and got all gross and like freaked out by the germs, but it turns out that we're supposed to be a little bit more bold with him and sort of let him feel like he's in charge, I guess, and we weren't doing that. So by doing that, we actually made things like, I guess, worse in a way. It didn't take any of our heart bar away, which is good, but it kind of left it at like this neutral place. We didn't gain any more heart bars. So I'm going to try to keep that in mind as I move forward in this game, but it was still a really funny scenario that went down. I'm going to go ahead though and start chapter 6, see if we have any better luck here as Ginger. She's really not having a lot of luck at all.
Tap, 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 tap. I sighed and drummed my fingers on the counter. It was almost noon and Radley wasn't here yet. He was never late. There had been almost no customers today. Everyone was probably busy with the festival and didn't have time to take a break and eat any delicious baked goods. It was so quiet, I could probably hear a crumb drop. He must still be bathing from the incident yesterday. My shower probably wasn't powerful enough for him. That's it. Hold on to your muffins, Radster. Ginger's a-comin'. I charged out of my shop and flipped the sign to closed. There was no way I could stand around in the quiet all day. The walk through town was very similar to the day before, the hustle and bustle of the elves getting ready for the festival making it seem lively. Everyone was busier than before, and I almost felt bad that I couldn't help. Almost. But there wasn't enough time for that. I carefully dodged my way through the crowds and found myself standing in front of Radley's door. He had better be here. Knock, knock, knock. I pounded my fist on the door, though quieter than last time. No need to attract attention to myself after all. I waited a minute and then knocked again. Knock, knock.
Ah, there he is.
As I raised my fist for the third knock, the door opened and revealed a dripping wet Radley.
So she guessed right, he's absolutely just scrubbing down. Hey, Ginge!
He grinned his dopey grin as if he wasn't hours late for his shift. Don't hey Ginge me. My hands landed on my hips as I gave him a pout. You're late.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Did we have a date today?
No, for work, you breadstick.
Breadstick, that's a great insult. Did you want to go on a date? He's blushing and everything.
He leaned against his doorway, trying to look smooth. You're asking me out? My eyebrow raised. This was the last thing I was expecting. Here I was chasing him, and he was so willing to ask me out.
Yep.
He gave me his normal grin as he seemed to bounce from foot to foot.
Oh, here comes the bouncing again. I don't know what this means. I don't know if he's trying to prank us or if he's actually just this excited to go out with us. Want to go now?
Your hair is still soaked. You'll catch a cold.
Ah, Ginge, don't worry about me.
Yeah. Let's go then. Where are we going? I felt like slapping my hand to my forehead. You asked me out and you don't even know where we're going?
Okay, we'll go to Carver's. Why would we go to Carver's? Come on, dude.
Really? I groaned. Of all the places to spend our first date.
We can just get food and go on a picnic. It'll be fun.
I sighed. Fine.
Ginge, cheer up.
Oh, sorry. Am I supposed to be happy about getting food from my rival?
I mean, she does have a point. Come on, Radley.
His face dropped for a second, but he soon perked back up. He poked me in the cheek and gave me a bright smile.
It'll be fine, Ginge. Just trust me. Aw.
I let out a small hum and pouted. We didn't talk on the way to Carver's, though Radley seemed happy enough. He walked with a bounce in his step, and his smile didn't fade for a second.
Here we are, milady.
He opened the door dramatically and waited for me to go ahead of him. Thanks. What was that for?
We're on a date, remember?
He gently knocked his fist on the top of my head, then walked into Carver's bakery with me.
I feel like he's only here to, like, gloat in front of Carver's face or something. So, what do you want? Oh, here's Carver.
I should be the one asking that. The annoying and unfortunately very familiar voice came from behind the counter. Carver glared at us with his arms crossed.
Carver's got a nice little place here, honestly. It looks pretty decent in here.
What are you two doing here? We're just getting something to eat. I glared defensively at him.
Oh, so you finally come to your senses, Ginger. You have finally realized that I am and always will be better than you.
He had an evil grin on his face and looked like he was ready to let out an evil laugh.
Nope, Ginger's just taking a break. We decided that it's okay to eat junk food every once in a while. Damn, that was a low blow. That was a nice, smooth little roast there. Junk food?
Carver sputtered, looking completely appalled.
How dare you come into my bakery and call my food junk?
He was seething, and I had to hold back a laugh. Sometimes I forgot that Radley disliked Carver as much as I did.
So, Ginge, what do you want to order?
Oh,
whatever you want. Anything as long as you feed it to me, or doesn't matter, be quick. Alright, so he wants us to be bold, I guess, and, like, not baby him in any kind of way. But I almost feel like saying something like, anything as long as you feed it to me, I don't know if that's the right one, or doesn't matter, be quick. I mean, doesn't matter, be quick seems like kind of curt. But at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, let's get the hell out of here. This is Carver's, and maybe he'll pick up on that and play off of that. God, but I don't know. It's one of the bottom two, because whatever you want is us, like, just rolling over and not doing enough. And Radley wants us to be all, like, bold and very, very self-assured. So I'm going to say it doesn't matter. Be quick about it. First of all, though, I should probably make another save file just in case I'm screwing up here. Doesn't matter. Be quick.
I looked around the shop and sighed. This was disgusting. What are we doing here? This is my arch-rival shop, and here we are on a date. Just, let's decide fast. I don't want to be seen in here.
Alright, well, pick anything, Ginge. My treat.
He looked like he was trying to make the best out of this bad situation. Something small. It doesn't matter too much. My eyes flicked around the shop again, jumping from one display to another. I looked back to Radley, and he seemed like he wanted to laugh.
Alright, so maybe we did the right thing, because it seems like he's pretty amused that we hate Carver this much, and are openly showing it in front of Carver.
What?
There aren't really any good options. I mean, look at it all. Yeah, so he's gonna join in on the roast fest here at Carver. If only there was somewhere else to eat that could serve baked goods that were as good as yours.
His voice was louder than it needed to be, and he used an overdramatic tone. I heard a hissing noise come from behind the counter, and I looked over to see Carver glaring at the two of us. He was ready to explode.
Just take this, pay, and get out of my shop already.
Carver shoved a box with some sweet bread in it towards us and waited impatiently.
Gee jelly, Carver, that isn't very professional of you.
Radley feigned feeling insulted and frowned at him.
I actually love this scene. It's really funny. Not even letting your customers decide what they're getting. Pay and out.
His glare hardened, and it was so obvious that he was trying to stay calm.
Fine, fine.
Radley quickly paid for the food and grabbed the box. We both walked out and let out a huff of air. I never realized just how much I appreciate the fresh air. Radley nodded in agreement and laughed.
Want to go sit by the fountain?
His eyes were sparkling, and he looked more than excited. You aren't going to push me in, are you?
That would be expected of Radley. I would never.
He gave me a hurt look for a second before he realized that he has, in fact, pushed me into the fountain before.
Again, a prank is only funny once.
So you'll never break my basket again?
Never.
You'll never make bad cupcakes?
Never.
You'll never draw on my face while I'm sleeping. I glared at him. He paused, then a giant grin spread across his face.
Ginge.
I thought a prank was only funny once. My eyebrow raised and he giggled.
Except that one. Come on, your face was priceless.
Humph. I pouted as we sat on the bench that lined the fountain. Why would they even build a bench here? It's like they were wanting people to get pushed in. Radley sat beside me with a thump and put the box between us. He opened it with a flourish, and we both stared down at the small sweet buns. We both reached into the box and grabbed our own bun. I looked down at it and told myself that it didn't look that bad. It was edible at least.
Bon appetit!
He was too cheerful about this. We both took small bites of the bread, and it was oddly good. The sweet taste was a lot better than either of us thought it would be. We didn't talk much as we finished eating, and once we were done, Radley picked up the box and brought it to the garbage nearby.
What a gentleman.
I stood up and walked over to him.
Do you want to go for a walk, Ginge?
He bounced a few times again, waiting excitedly for my answer. He's like a puppy. It's kind of adorable. But we just ate together. He stopped bouncing around and looked confused, then pouted. Ah, you want to go home? We haven't even been out for long. I guess I have a bit more time. Yes, okay, let's go. He skipped ahead and waited for me to follow him. I couldn't help but roll my eyes and laugh at his childish antics. We walked through the forest. The sounds of nature were oddly calming. I didn't take much time to just go for walks, so this was nice. Where are we going? I don't know, just a walk. I wonder if he has like a big plan or something. He grinned. I'm surprised you can handle all the dirt here. I saw him shudder out of the corner of my eye. Yeah. His voice shook, and he was suddenly looking around everywhere, making sure to avoid any mud. Aw, come on, Ginge, you ruined it for him. He actively started dodging any strands of cotton candy from the trees. Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on edge. Oh, so there's like candy actually hanging out of the trees. That's sort of cool, I guess. Whoa, does someone live out here? We walked into a clearing with a small shack and sheep. Oh no. Oh, it's gonna be Benjamin again. Benjamin. I muttered dryly. Radley paused before a devious grin spread across his face. I have an idea. Are we gonna, like, toilet paper his home or something? Is it a prank? I asked accusingly, but his smile only grew. Yup. Radley, we can't just go around pranking everyone. But Ginge, he made a mess of your shop. I frowned for a second before realizing that he was right. Benjamin had come into my shop and made a mess. Twice. What do you have in mind? We let the sheep out. Aw, that's kind of mean, though. Benjamin has said that the sheep are like his family. Radley. Come on, Ginge, it'll be great. He bounced from foot to foot and waited for me to give him the okay. Fine, fine. His excitement was starting to rub off on me, and I let out a short laugh. Yes, come on. He grabbed my hand and dragged me towards the pen. It took us a second to find where the gate was, and then another minute to figure out how to open it. Radley, hurry up, he's probably nearby and I don't want to get caught. This is like really, really funny. I hissed out, trying to keep as quiet as I could. I know, there! He jumped back victoriously as the gate released and swung open. The two sheep looked at us dumbly and let out a few baas. Neither of them moved an inch. Uh-oh, there is Benjamin, god damn it. Bernard, Bethany, what's going on? My eyes widened and I froze. Run! Radley laughed and grabbed my hand, running back to where we came from. We both ran back towards the town and only stopped running when we could see the fountain again. We caught our breath and both burst into laughter. I don't even think the sheep left. We didn't accomplish anything. I pouted while still letting a few giggles escape. It was still fun. He was once again bouncing excitedly. We should head back now. You have cupcakes to make. He sounded enthusiastic as usual, but looked disappointed at his own words. Right, I wouldn't want to keep the deliciousness of my pastries away from any customer. I nodded and started walking forwards. Radley followed, and I realized we were still holding hands. Aw, that's adorable. So we did pick the right option, I think, about being, like, really forward as far as, like, picking stuff out of Carver's shop, because this has led to a very funny situation. I coughed and dropped his hand, looking away and pretending that it didn't happen. The walk to my bakery was short, and when we were at the door, Radley shuffled from one foot to the other, looking like he was waiting for something. Well, see you later. I gave him a smile and walked to the door. Yep, see ya, Ginge. He stepped backwards and then paused. I had fun. Oh, same. Aw, I was surprised with the thought that I wasn't lying about that. It was fun. I never expected to actually have a good time on a date with Radley. I stepped into my shop, and Radley walked back towards his house. I watched after him, confused. I found myself kinda not wanting him to leave. This was weird. Aw. Oh, that was adorable, and I think we got like a little bit of heart meter, not like a ton. And once again, I don't think that there's enough chapters left for us to fill up the heart meter completely, but I think we made at least a little bit of progress, and nothing bad happened this time. This time it was actually a really successful date, and
it was a lot of fun. Also, like, I like that scenario. I like the writing. I like the dialogue between the two of them because they're both so goofy and they bounce off each other so well. And like I've said before, like, when it comes to dating someone, it's really good to find someone with a similar sense of humor, someone that you can treat like your best friend and you can share everything with. And the two of them together definitely have that chemistry. So I'm really looking forward to where this is going. Like I said, maybe we'll get like one of the good endings, maybe not one of the best endings, but maybe something good will come of this. But we'll find out in the next episode, guys, what's going to happen between the two of them. I hope that you enjoyed this one. If you did, please be sure to hit the like button, share the video and favorite it. Also be sure to subscribe to me if you guys haven't already. For those of you who have, thank you so much for all of your support. You guys are the best in the world. I love every single one of you, and as always, it was great seeing ya. Bye-bye.
Girbeagly.